For more on these rulings, let's bring in Florida Congressman Jimmy Patronis. Before joining Congress, he was Florida's chief financial officer. He sits on the House Small Business Committee and the Transportation and Infrastructure Committee. Congressman, welcome.
Thanks for having me, Mike.
Pleasure having you. So what is your reaction to federal judges basically going against President Trump on his immigration crackdown and also on tariffs?
Well, unfortunately, you're going to have the left that's going to court shop where they can get and put impediments in front of President Trump's agenda. And look, we'll continue to work in codifying those executive orders, but I think the president's totally within his bounds. And unfortunately, these activist judges are really hurting our nation as we're still allowing illegals that have not been properly vetted, that could be here to actually do us harm, not send them home and go through the proper process.
Speaking of federal judges, Alligator Alcatraz in your home state of Florida is being shut down by a federal judge. Board Czar Tom Homan offered this reaction. I want to play it, and I'll get you to react to him.
I don't think this judge went down there and toured the facility because I think the decision is bad. I mean, I walked through the detention part where the aliens are housed, clean, well kept. And as far as the facility itself, it's sitting on existing concrete that was already there in the airport. So I don't understand the judge's ruling. I think it's a radical decision. I think it's really about anti-immigration enforcement rather than the conditions of the facility. I was there. Look, it's a transition facility. It's not a long-term facility.
The federal judge shutting down Alligator Alcatraz could have a huge impact on Florida's budget. The Associated Press says $218 million in terms of a potential impact on your beloved state. What's your reaction to all this, Jimmy?
Well, I think Homan was spot on. I mean, look, it's a massive piece of impervious concrete, and the way that it was couched, it almost sounds like we decided to build a detention facility on top of the Everglades. That is not the case. It's never been the case. We worked within the confines of protecting the environment, but also leveraging the natural unhospitableness of the Everglades in order to make this nothing more than a transition center. Again, transition center. This is activist judges that are reacting because the left is pushing their buttons.
Big tech platforms are under some scrutiny after the killer in Minneapolis this week was very active on social media platforms. You've raised this concern on social media. Mm-hmm. For people who have not read your tweet, tell us about your concerns.
Well, I think Kash Patel needs to release all of the content and the apps that this shooter was using. It destroyed him. And look, and some of those that think that AI may be a problem and it's going to turn into Skynet and robots are going to take over the world. Hell, Mike, social media and the apps are doing worse. They're programming our own kids. So just as those out there that want to eliminate phones being in school, I'm fine with that. But we have got a greed that exists in social media and with our device manufacturers. They've got to be sensitive of what they're doing to our kids. They're poisoning them, and they're creating these devices that are incredibly sticky, incredibly addictive, and their corporate greed has got to have some respect for raising children in a normal lifestyle. They're taking kids away from families and churches, and they're actually twisting them into terrible creatures that unfortunately are causing harm to themselves and others.
Do you expect significant action when you return to session here on Capitol Hill in terms of hearings, bringing those social media platforms forward to answer for all this?
I sure hope so. You know, you go, I've got 2 kids. And, you know, it's a constant battle for all parents, not just me, to make sure that the content that your kids are having access to. And the sad thing about it is the social media companies and the AI companies, technology companies, they have the ability to be a grown-up about it. But it's corporate greed. It's bottom line. It's eyeballs on screens. So if we need to have congressional action, that's exactly what we'll do. I would rather them do the right thing, but unfortunately, we may have to intervene.
Congressman Jimmy Patronis of the great state of Florida, great to have you. Thank you very much for your time.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.